Good morning. This is the Paradise Unicorn Priestess bringing you day 238 of A Course in Miracles, the Yin translation, where we use female words. This would be August 26th if you're starting at the new year. The greater joining. Accepting the atonement for yourself means not to give support to someone's dream of sickness and of death. It means that you share not her wish to separate and let her turn illusions on herself. Nor do you wish that they be turned instead on you, thus they have no effects. And you are free of dreams of pain because you let her be. Unless you help her, you will suffer pain with her because that is your wish, and you become a figure in her dream of pain as she is in yours. So do you and your sister both become illusions and without identity. You could be anyone or anything depending on whose evil dream you share. You can be sure of just one thing, that you are evil, for you share in dreams of fear. There is a way of finding certainty right here and now. Refuse to be a part of fearful dreams, whatever form they take, for you will lose your identity in them. You find yourself by not accepting them as causing you and giving you effects. You stand apart from them, but not apart from her who dreams them. Thus you separate the dreamer from the dream, and join in one, but let the other go. The dream is but illusion in the mind, and with the mind you would unite, but never with the dream. It is the dream you fear, and not the mind. You see them as the same because you think that you are but a dream. And what is real and what is but illusion in yourself, you do not know and cannot tell apart. Like you, your sister thinks she is a dream. Share not in her illusion of herself, for your identity depends on her reality. Think rather of her as a mind in which illusions still persist, but as a mind which sister is to you. She is not sister-made by what she dreams, nor is her body, hero of the dream, your sister. It is her reality that is your sister, as is yours to her. Your mind and hers are joined in sisterhood. Her body and her dreams but seem to make a little gap where yours have joined with hers. And yet, between your minds, there is no gap. To join her dreams is thus to meet her not, because her dreams would separate from you. Therefore release her, merely by your claim on sisterhood and not on dreams of fear. Let her acknowledge who she is, not by supporting her illusions by your faith, for if you do, you will have faith in yours. With faith in yours, she will not be released, and you are kept in bondage to her dreams. And dreams of fear will haunt the little gap, inhabited but by illusions which you have supported in your sister's mind. Be certain, if you do your part, she will do hers, for she will join you where you stand. Call not to her to meet you in the gap between you, or you must believe that it is your reality as well as hers. You cannot do her part, but this you do, when you become a passive figure in her dreams instead of dreamer in your own. Identity in dreams is meaningless because the dreamer and the dream are one. Who shares a dream must be the dream she shares, because by sharing is a cause produced. You share confusion, and you are confused, for in the gap no stable self exists. What is the same seems different, because what is the same appears to be unlike. Her dreams are yours because you let them be. But if you took your own away, would she be free of them, and of her own as well? Your dreams are witnesses to her, and hers attest the truth of yours. Yet if you see there is no truth in yours, her dreams will go, and she will understand what made the dream. The Holy Spirit is in both your minds, and she is one, because there is no gap that separates her oneness from itself. The gap between your bodies matters not, for what is joined in her is always one. No one is sick if someone else accepts her union with her. Her desire to be a sick and separated mind cannot remain without a witness or a cause, and both are gone if someone wills to be united with her. She has dreams that she was separated from her sister, who, by sharing not her dream, has left the space between them vacant, and the mother comes to join her child, the Holy Spirit joined. The Holy Spirit's function is to take the broken picture of the child of God and put the pieces into place again. This holy picture, healed entirely, does she hold out to every separate piece that thinks it is a picture in itself. To each she offers her identity, which the whole picture represents, instead of just a little broken bit that she insisted was herself. And when she sees this picture, she will recognize herself. If you share not your sister's evil dream, this is the picture that the miracle will place within the little gap left clean of all the seeds of sickness and of sin. And here the mother will receive her child because her child was gracious to herself. I thank you, Mother, knowing you will come to close each little gap that lies between the broken pieces of your holy child. Your holiness, complete and perfect, lies in every one of them, and they are joined, because what is one is in them all. How holy is the smallest grain of sand, when it is recognized as being part of the complete picture of God's child. The forms the broken pieces seem to take mean nothing, for the whole is in each one, and every aspect of the child of God is just the same as every other part. Join not your sister's dreams, but join with her, and where you join, her child, the mother is. Who seeks for substitutes when she perceives she has lost nothing? Who would want to have the benefits of sickness when she has received the simple happiness of health? What God has given cannot be a loss, and what is not of her has no effects. What then would you perceive within the gap? The seeds of sickness come from the belief that there is joy in separation, and its giving up would be a sacrifice. But miracles are the result when you do not insist on seeing in the gap what is not there. Your willingness to let illusions go is all the healer of God's child requires. She will place the miracle of healing where the seeds of sickness were, and there will be no loss, but only gain. It seems that there are layers and layers of illusion as they were put in place in layers, seemingly, over time, seemingly. And the layers that have the most drama are the most steeped in illusion. Not that there is order of difference in illusions, they are all one and the same, but there is a thicker resistance to love shining through. The more intense the painfulness of that interaction. And it seems appropriate to withdraw from those layers of the illusion. Take a step back from those layers. Don't interact with them. Take a step back and a step back until you reach the place where only pure love can flow between your thoughts of yourself and your thoughts of whatever it is that is painful. It doesn't have to be a seeming human. It could be a situation. Could be anything. Especially if our sister represents the entire present moment of everything we think of as not us in all of the universe. Whatever it may be, we don't have to accept the invitation to play along and agree with a dream that is, in essence, sick and in great need of healing. We can withdraw from it, go within our own most truest self, the place that is most in touch with love, and from there seek to connect with the thing that had been painful at the level where it also is closest to love. And since our thoughts are the most real thing in the illusion, that connection will be more real than the seemingly intensely and primally real painful illusions. It's interesting. It says, unless you help her, you will suffer pain with her because that is your wish. Somewhat early on in A Course in Miracles, it says that whatever our sister asks of us to give and that if everything is an illusion, it's no big deal to give whatever is asked because it's just a dream, it's just an illusion. And if we believe that we have everything, then we demonstrate that by giving what is asked of us. Once again, one of the radical teachings of A Course in Miracles that flies in the face of conventional wisdom. It basically says that when we become aware that we have a sister that is lost in a dream of pain, that's asking for love, and we are to help. If we don't, then we suffer. That's the way oneness works. Although it also makes it clear that the most real thing is our thoughts, and so the most real thing we can offer to our sister is not handing over a physical object or even necessarily doing an action in the dream. It's our thoughts. It is in picturing the truth that our sister is whole and complete, that she is us, and that we are the child of God. It is in offering up to the Holy Spirit that we acknowledge that what seems to be a dramatic or traumatic situation cannot possibly exist, since the Creator is love, and what we are seeing in the illusion is not loving. This is us taking our ball and going home, not participating in the dance, not joining in the dumpster fire, the train wreck, withdrawing from that level of the illusion, offering it up to the Holy Spirit as not real, as meaningless, and going deep to the level that is true. And of course we ask for the Holy Spirit's help in this, because the truth is, the Holy Spirit is us, with all of the illusions removed, and the Holy Spirit exists equally in us and our sister, because in the end it's the only part of us that actually exists. That's the deep truth of all of this. When we're working with the Holy Spirit, we're actually working with ourselves, the only part of ourselves that actually exists. So we're just being reminded in today's reading that we do not have to participate in the drama. We do not have to acknowledge the reality of it. We work with it at the level of the mind. We invite the Holy Spirit to correct our perception. If we are perceiving our sister in pain in any way, well, we're seeing wrong. And we ask the Holy Spirit to heal us. And we acknowledge that what seems to be happening could not possibly be happening, because God is love. And love would never condone such a thing. When we have that level of open-mindedness, that's where the miracle can bloom. And it says that that's what the Holy Spirit plants in the place of the seeds of sickness that we've cleared away. This text reading also speaks of us as seeming to be pieces of a broken picture, but within each of us is the whole picture. This is describing, once again, that holographic universe where in a hologram, if you were to take the image-making device of the hologram and cut it into a bunch of little pieces, every tiny piece would contain the entire image. It would just be faint. So having the whole thing together strengthens the image. But in every tiny particle exists the whole. That is the nature of a hologram, and that is the nature of reality. I have described it as us each being brain cells in an infinitely large brain, and it doesn't make sense for a brain cell to try and be a brain all by itself. Of course we're insane when we try to do that. The only way to sanity is to join the brain and to function as a complete whole. And every time we invite the Holy Spirit to correct us, that is what we are doing. Every time we listen to the Holy Spirit and do as we have been inspired to do, that is what we are doing. We are joining the completed mind instead of trying to be a brain all by our little lonesome selves. It says, "How holy is the smallest grain of sand when it is recognized as being part of the completed picture of God's child. The forms the broken pieces seem to take mean nothing, for the whole is in each one, and every aspect of the child of God is just the same as every other part." Truly, that is the description of how a hologram works. And even the tiniest particle is just as holy as every other seeming thing that we encounter. They are all parts of the whole child of God, as are we. And after reviewing what is salvation in the show notes, we go on to lesson 238. On my decision, all salvation rests. Mother, your trust in me has been so great, I must be worthy. You created me and know me as I am, and yet you placed your child's salvation in my hands and let it rest on my decision. I must be beloved of you indeed, and I must be steadfast in holiness as well, that you would give your child to me in certainty that she is safe, who still is part of you, and yet is mine, because she is myself. And so, again today, we pause to think how much our mother loves us, and how dear her child created by her love remains to her, whose love is made complete in her. A lovely complement to today's text reading, where we have been entrusted with the liberation of our sister from whatever dramatic, traumatic, painful, uncomfortable dream she may be having. Instead of joining her and strengthening the apparent illusion, we take our ball and go home. We say, no, I'm not playing. We bring it to the Holy Spirit and say, this can't possibly be real, because I trust that God the Mother is love, and this would never fly. So I let you correct my perception, because clearly I'm seeing wrong. And then both I and my sister will be healed. May it be so, and happy practicing.